What's up guys, it's Karl, and this is one of my favorite videos to do every single year. As I mentioned, it's a tour of where we're currently living. And before we get started, quick little house update. If this is the first time you're watching any of this content, we are building a house which we should be moving into next year if all goes well. We are based here in Toronto. The house is in Toronto, and since that video, I haven't really updated you guys too much. Quick update. So in that vid, we talked about the house. It's my parents' house. It's the house that I grew up in. They're moving to a condo, which was actually my previous studio before I moved here. We've been renting that out for the past 4 years. We talked about the design, the blueprints. Lots has happened, and yeah, lots of meetings, lots of different drawings. The past couple months has all been around some of the fun stuff. Picking color palettes, which I think is most people's favorite, and maybe some of the not so interesting things, budget. So we'll start off with the nasty stuff first. So budget, I'll kind of go through my list. I'll try to be as transparent as I can. On a project like this, no matter what scale, you're given an itemized line list of the budget, what each finish will cost, what each room will cost, the actual labor cost, and at the very bottom you see your overall budget, and your contractor, your architect will say, hey, we can work within these parameters. What you've initially designed makes sense, where it doesn't make sense. And as an example, windows, which I think everyone loves. They're super modern. You want to have giant windows everywhere. They are the most expensive thing, or one of the most expensive things on my budget line, and it just wasn't as realistic. So what has to be done, unless you all have unlimited budget, which would be nice, you go back to the drawings and you actually make modifications. Do all these windows make sense? Do I need floor to ceiling windows in every single room? Probably not. That's where you'll kind of make adjustments and revisions to the design to reflect, to fit into your budget. But anyways, I won't bore you with budget talk. That's where we're kind of sitting. Shovels should be going into the ground, so the entire construction demolition piece should be happening in the next couple of weeks. So it's super exciting. I kind of want to talk about finishes because I think a lot of you are into this kind of stuff, and it's more of the aesthetic part, which I think more people are drawn to. So over here, I kind of have an idea board of some of the potential finish options that we're going to go for. So our color palette kind of consists of the following. We have this floor option. So I think we're leaning towards this white oak with this oil wash finish that has hints of gray, because our second color option in the palette and material is concrete. So this is from a company called Deco, once again from Canada. So really cool. I know that concrete is really modern right now. We're also leaning towards white cabinets in our kitchen, no-see cabinetry. We're trying to work with them. And for some of the stone finishes, these are both from Handstone. So our options in the kitchen and other areas, they are this Calcutta. So that's the white marbling with some of the nice gray veining, so that should tie into the concrete and into the floor. We do have some little pallets from Rove Concepts, who we worked with forever, so they'll be supplying some of our furniture. That's in a light taupe, which kind of ties into this entire neutral palette. And I decided to throw in my S22 Ultra in here because matte black will be the option for our windows, which we're shopping for, and also for a lot of our hardware, not only in the kitchen, but in our washrooms as well. We're actually partnering up with Kohler. A lot of their modern lines do come in matte black, and since I didn't have any of the final hardware taps, I threw in my S22 Ultra into my color board. Thought that was kind of funny, but I'll leave some B-roll of this. Let me know what you guys think. I've been spending hours over on SketchUp agonizing over what this would look like. I'm trying to project that into my brain to see the final finish, but I think we're pretty happy with these choices. They're all fairly neutral. But anyways, that is where we are sitting at our new house. We'll get back to this video. That was kind of a little rant at the beginning. Here we are. So if this is the first time you're watching one of my vids, or you've been tuned in for the last little while, we have been in this spot for 4 years, approaching 5. Time is just kind of flying by us. And this is in the city. We're around 1,650, 1,700 square feet, which is a really decent size for a condo in Toronto. And the blueprint of this floor is pretty decent. Dining area over here and kitchen on this side. We'll start off with actually the living room. It's where I guess most of the tech is. Let's do a little switch and you'll face this way. That's actually a great little segue into one of our sponsors for this episode, which is the Anchor Eufy. So since we've had Link, having a dog in general, anyone that knows that they bring in so much debris, so much dirt from walks into the place. So this guy specifically helps pick up dirt and debris, especially in harder to reach areas that a traditional vacuum can't reach, like a couch. And it does actually have double the suction power of other products in the market. It's got a 100,000 RPM high-speed motor. And even for things that are really hard or tough to pick up, you can activate max mode, which utilizes all 80 AW of strong suction power. This little guy goes into nooks and crevices, and what's great, we actually have this little mounting area with the stand where it charges right behind the couch, so it's easy to access. And that battery life is actually more than double compared to other products in the market, and the 2500 milliamp hour cell is a high rate discharge cell. Combine that with Anchor's multi-protect system ensures a safe battery life. Battery life, you're looking at around 20 minutes per charge, and you can see how the battery kind of slots into the back, and that's actually really good for a device this light and this compact. It's about the same weight as a water bottle. It's 1.78 pounds, so you can just use it with one hand, and it comes with a bunch of different attachment heads for different purposes. It's got a 250 ml dust box, and I find that I have to empty that out maybe once a week, and the components like the filter are washable, so you can always just run that underwater to clean it out, stick it in the little drying rack, and once it's dry you can pop it back into place, and then it's ready to go for the next charge. It's kind of one of those little pieces of tech that you don't know you're missing out on until you've started using it. I guess I can imagine my life without it, but since we've had Link, since I've been using this guy, it's just been super handy. So if you're interested, check out the Eufy handheld vacuum, the HomeVac H30 on Eufy's Amazon store to purchase your own. So the TV room, living room is probably the area that most people spend the majority of their time in their place. This area is no different. Maybe I sleep the most in my bedroom, or I spend the most amount of time sleeping in my place. But anyways, this is the area where we watch TV. You can see behind me 100 inches, and if you've watched any of my content before, I always go back and forth. Am I gonna stick with the 100-inch laser TV? Am I gonna switch back to something like an LG OLED just because the picture quality is better? I always go back to the larger size. So this 100-inch monitor, Link maybe agrees, is where we watch all of our content. It is the 100-inch Hisense 4K laser TV, so the actual TV lives close to the wall. It's called a short throw projection laser TV. The image actually just goes straight up. I will not lie, it isn't as bright, it isn't as vibrant on a sunny day like this. The picture quality isn't as good, but I am willing to sacrifice that for the size. The 100 inches is just super, super nice, and if I decide to keep this place, rent it out, I think I will keep it with this 100-inch TV for the next person to enjoy. It is, I think, a selling point of this place now. And I'm not saying that this picture quality is bad in any way, it's just the time that we watch most of our TV is at night when we get home from work. The last thing that we want to do, oh, Link is moving off, is to, I guess the only thing we want to do sometimes after working 8, 9, 10-hour days is just to watch a bit of content, whether that's Netflix, whether it's a new movie. When we, say, eat some dinner, we kind of spend our time on this L-shaped couch, and just having the larger size is better. I'll go back and forth on it probably till the day that I move away from this place. I'll test out multiple TVs, but I always go back to the big guy. This L-shaped couch, and actually most of this furniture, has been with me since I initially moved in 4.5, 5 years ago. It's from a company called Calgaris, more expensive than IKEA stuff, but it's held the test. I will say for the couch, just because we ended up getting a dog, the leather has been scratched a bit by Link. It's something that I initially didn't want him on the couch when we first got him, but his favorite place has now been that far side of the couch where he always sleeps. So I did put a little blanket, a little throw, just to keep it a bit protected, but that's his new little throne area. I have to move this cam to show you guys. Right, Link? The rest of the tech in the living room, so I mentioned the TV. Consoles running off it, we have the Xbox Series S. It's been a great little console, not only for the price factor, it's the one that I usually recommend, and especially because our TV can't handle a higher refresh rate. I dabble in gaming now, sadly. I don't game as much as I used to, but maybe the occasional Warzone game. I think Halo Infinite was the last game that I fully completed, and just because we're at home, gotta show this to you guys. One of the coolest PR gift boxes that I got, a little Master Chief helmet. So this lives in our second bedroom, which you'll see in a second has just become storage, but huge Halo fan, huge memories playing the OG Halo and even Halo 2 with my friends growing up. So I am a big Xbox fan. That is the console of choice. And the last piece of tech tied to the TV is the soundbar. I think it's the SN11 by LG. It's a surround sound speaker option. It gives you 2 surround sound speakers that are wireless, which is super handy. Usually with surround sound, you need to have the wires going back to the main system. So I actually have them living off to the side just on the right and one to the left of Link. Actually, looking that way, we have, I guess it's a piece of tech. It's a Dyson lamp. It's one of their new morph form lights. It looks cool. It's dope. The LEDs mimic natural daylight, so they actually change in color depending what time of the day it is, and it's slated to last an entire lifetime. That light will probably live longer than me. I just wouldn't spend over $1,000 on a floor light, but thanks to Dyson. Over on this side, we just have this little console table where we drop our keys at the beginning/end of the day. We just have little air tags on them to keep track of them. A little clock, which is the Google Nest Hub. We ask Google some things sometimes, but I find this clock has been, or I guess Google has just been wonky. Hey Google, when does Manchester United play again?
Manchester United FC's next game is on Saturday at 12:30 p.m.
Okay, so that works, but I find that Google Assistant has just been wonky. Maybe that thing needs a software update, but I think that, right Link, is all of the tech in the living room area. Kind of looking around, I think that is it. On the coffee table, we just usually have our TV controllers, the Xbox controller, and maybe some books. I'm into architect books, as you saw at the beginning of the video. Planning out that house, just trying to get inspo ideas, and Lego. Always have to have bits of Lego. We've got the good old TIE Fighter behind me, and that is the TV area. Let's do swap. Okay, so facing back from the TV/living room into the dining room where we started off the vid, this is where we eat most of our meals. This table, when I initially got it, I spent, I can't even remember, so much money. I remember saying to myself, this table looks so cool. I'll never find anything as cool as this. I still stand by it. I think it's the centerpiece furniture of this place. I got this from Caligaris, where a lot of other furniture is from, but for being 5 years old, it's held up actually perfectly. So it's actually a ceramic top. This marble finish is actually printed on this, but the benefits of ceramic, they are super easy to keep clean. It never scratches, it never stains, and these legs are super badass. I don't think I've seen a table as cool as this. I'll stop talking about tables. Behind me, my badass banana tree plant. And if you've watched videos over the past couple years, you've probably seen this thing grow, because when I initially moved in, I got this as a housewarming gift from my mom. It was a little seedling. It only had one stalk. So over 5 years, I have somehow managed to keep it alive. It's my baby. It's been here as long as I have, I guess. Part of the plant, we actually just have Link's little crate, which he has collected a lot of his toys, a lot of his food sits here. This was actually a really cool box from Zoa, which is an energy drink that The Rock made. They did this little collab with Microsoft, and they came out with this limited edition controller with a console. So I thought that was a cool little collab. Link's food lives in there. Behind the tree, going that way, is a little console, which does house some tech, but more importantly, one of my latest Lego builds. Old Trafford, I'm a big Red Devils fan, a big Man United fan. I grew up watching Beckham, Giggs, the Neville brothers, Scholes. That was the team that I grew up watching in the 90s. So I know that we're not doing the best right now. I'm hoping we snag a Champions League spot, but that's my football team of choice. On top of that, we do have some tech in the form of a Samsung Frame TV. Once again, I've had that close to 3-4 years. No need to replace it. It's great because it just has artwork displaying. I do find TVs really ugly when they're off. I find them to be these really ugly black holes, and at least with frame TVs, you can have some form of art playing on it. Speaker-wise, I am rocking 2 Apple HomePods, and those are a bit of relics now because they'll no longer be updated. Even though we did get the new HomePod minis, I don't think they actually still sell HomePods or the OG HomePods, so I think those will be running until the latest iOS update renders them useless. So they're just kind of living on the side. They're decent, they're not the best. Siri is still the worst smart assistant out of the three. And the last piece of, I guess, smart tech, even though it's once again a bit dated, is the OG, the Gen 1 Nest Google thermostat. It's been decent, nothing really to report, and now that the weather is getting better in Toronto. Okay, Google, what's the weather right now in Toronto?
Right now in Toronto, it's -6 degrees and mostly cloudy. Today, there'll be scattered snow showers with a forecasted high of -5 and a low of -7.
Kitchen area, not too much in terms of tech, but I thought I'd share it with you guys anyways. This island over here used to be a dark brown. I redid the paneling to have a bit of a lighter wood. Something that I did add though, if you are someone that works at home or likes to work at your island, get outlets. They are something that I added. They're a lifesaver, so they do charge. Usually my laptop, my MacBook Pro right now is getting juice from it. You can see the second outlet there, which is covered by my bar stool, usually my iPhone or a pair of AirPods chills there. We do have just other little bits of memorabilia, the Veuve arrow with Toronto, a Montantin, which is the place that we have in the south of France, which is always nice to go to. So yeah, that's kind of the kitchen and some of our future new hardware. Like I said, we're working with Kohler. The taps that we're gonna be using will be smart taps, so you can actually stick your hand in front of it, the sensor will go off and the water will start going, so you don't have to get any of your hardware messy when you are cooking. It does make a bit of a difference, and something that I kind of love. Link's little treat bowl is off to the side. That will come with us to the new place. That is our kitchen. Okay, so moving from the living room area into the main bedroom, this is where the real magic happens. This actually used to be my old studio. I was in here for 2, maybe even 3 years before I have the studio, which I think a lot of you know right now. And I used to sleep in the second bedroom, which I think will be the last spot of this little condo tour. But this is the main bedroom. You can actually see we have a legit bed right now. Hints of orange. You guys always flake me for not having any orange. There is this orange throw on the bed. I actually got this at an Apple event from the Soho, New York hotel. I snagged it. I pretty much swiped it from the hotel just because I saw it was orange. Don't tell them. I guess it's on the internet, so I guess they know now, if they ever watch this, which they won't. Queen size bed, and actually looking around, all of this furniture is from Rove Concepts. So the theme we wanted in the bedroom was white, of course, all the walls. The walnut wood finish, just to have things a bit more warm, a bit homelier, and yeah, white with walnut. So that counts the bed, the nightstands, which we'll get to, this little TV console off this way, which always has swapped out TVs. Once again, just like my main TV in the living room, I go back and forth. Is the bedroom a good spot for a TV? Should the bedroom be tech-free? Should this massive window be covered by a 65, 75, 80-inch TV? All which we've put in here. It currently has no TV, and I think I do like that better. I try to keep the bedroom free of tech in any way, and if you actually look at our nightstand, so my fiance's nightstand has a light from Gantry, which I think is super dope. It's a reading lamp, some essential oils, some candles, and Kat, now that you're not here, always love to snipe this thing when she's not home. It's this little jade roller, and I just use this over my eyes. It feels so good. Over on my side, once again, the same reading lamp by Gantry. I have a couple extra little pieces to charge my devices. So this cool little all-in-one charger from Logitech. So it charges my iPhone, a pair of headphones, usually my AirPods, and my Apple Watch. And over on this side, we have Link's cage. We initially trained him to use the cage. It's just kind of there. Sometimes he likes to go in it at night. He doesn't use it too much, but it's there just as a little option. And what we love about this space here, the balcony, which is an area where we don't honestly use too much. We just have Link's little poop patch where he can step out in the middle of the night or 6, 7 a.m. when he wakes up. He just goes out there to use the washroom. And I forgot to mention this actually when we were in this area. The main reason why we loved this place, or why I got this place, was the outdoor space. The balcony is the biggest selling point. So it's around 800 square feet. Having a large space to our own outside has just been so handy, especially during lockdown. I think a lot of you know over the past couple of years, depending where you live, A lot of you were just stuck inside and being able to go outside, whether that's for a breath of fresh air. Link can wander around outside on the balcony. Now that the weather's getting better, we're gonna put our cushions on our little gazebo area. It's a space that we love to spend time on. It's actually where I proposed to Kat. So it's a really special place for us. It will be missed when we move away from here. But yeah, anyways, that's the bedroom area. A little dresser, once again, in the walnut wood finish. No tech on that currently. And if you actually go past that, that's our little closet area. We have a small little walk-in closet, which we've shared, and our master bathroom, which we will quickly just do some really quick B-roll shots of. Really nothing to see there. That is our bedroom. And the last area of the place, which I'll show you, you can see this hack little setup holding the camera microphone in one hand. Second washroom. Can I open this? Oh, with my foot. I can. That's sliding open. Does anyone want to see a second washroom with toilet paper? No. Second bedroom. So this used to be the place where I slept when my studio was in the Master Chief helmet. That was a little play on words. It has sadly just become an area for storage. We actually have the studio display here in the gloss finish, which I haven't even looked at. The nano texture is at the studio. Some stuff, other stuff, I guess, from Apple, which I have to return. More packages, golf clubs. Stuff is just collecting in here, sadly. Older iMac Pro. That's a bit of a relic. Haven't used that in a while. Dyson fans collecting in the corner. A TV, and that actually leads into the balcony as well. That was quick, that was sweet. Goodbye, second bedroom. Not missed. Okay, so I think that wraps up the tour. Is that right, Link? Is that all the rooms? Did we get them all? I think so. Hope you guys enjoyed this vid. So I hope this was kind of an update on the new spot that's coming. Maybe this is one of the last times we're gonna do one of these condo tours, because technically next year the house should be complete. Link will be living in a new spot. I hope this kind of gave you some idea of where we are, maybe some ideas. If you have any other suggestions, if we should rent out this place, if we should make any last minute modifications to it, let us know down below in the comments. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this vid. Hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing Link. He's now approaching a year and a half old. Another summer coming up, right, Link? Right? Thank you. Catch the rest of you guys in our next vids. Peace. Say bye, Link. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.